Ethan, thanks for visiting today. It gets really lonely sometimes when you're in bed alone at a hospital.
Since you've broken your leg in the accident, you haven't been allowed to leave your bed, right? Bet you love it when people come to visit.
Yeah, absolutely. The only time I can have fun in the hospital is when you guys visit me. I really miss home.
When I asked you if we could live with my parents after Dad fell ill, I was so thankful that you happily accepted it, and you've been taking great care of Dad. You've been really busy looking after Dad and completing housework at the same time, so you really deserve a break, Nina. Get some good rest.
Thanks, Ethan. But it just doesn't feel right to stay in bed all the time, doing nothing. And it certainly wasn't the best time for me to get injured. I bet I've caused trouble for your family.
Come on, Nina. What's there to worry about?
Don't you remember what we decided about your mother's birthday present?
Are you talking about the birthday trip?
Yeah, the trip you were planning to go on with your mother.
Was Dad ill? We might have to plan it out again. Mom was really excited about it, so I thought it was the best present I could give her. But there's a lot of things to worry about right now, so we can't just go on a trip with so many things happening at once.
I was supposed to take care of your father while you and your mother were away on a trip. If only I didn't get injured like this. It's my fault, Ethan. I'm so sorry.
We both understand your situation, Nina. Don't worry too much about it. We're family. We support each other during our hardships.
But still...
Nina, there's no need to feel responsible about it. We're not going to blame you or anything. If you just keep bringing this up, we'll all end up feeling uncomfortable. Just be your positive self, all right? You're being too negative right now.
Okay. I'll try not to worry too much about it.
You shouldn't be feeling sorry about anything, Nina. We all hope for your fast recovery. It doesn't feel right when you're not at home.
Thanks, Ethan. Oh, by the way, how's everything going? Any problems in the house? Has Ava been going to school as usual?
Yep, as usual. Mom and I are taking care of Dad for the time being. There's nothing to worry about.
That's nice to hear. I knew I could depend on you and your mother with the housework and taking care of your father. But I was worried about Ava. She tends to overwork herself. Can you make sure she takes a break once in a while?
I think she's capable of looking after herself. She turned 15 last month, Nina. She's not a child anymore. Ava can take care of herself just fine.
Isn't she such a responsible girl? She's willing to help us with housework and takes care of her grandfather when we're busy. Without me at home, I thought she might push herself to do everything around the house.
I think you're also forgetting that my mother and I are also there to help her. Nina, you can depend on us. We're trying our best, you know?
I know you're trying your best. You've been filling my spot perfectly at home with your mother.
Just believe in us, Nina. Don't worry too much about it. Take a good rest so that you can heal quickly and come back home nice and strong.
Okay, Ethan. Sorry. I'm a worrier. It's nice to hear that everything's fine in the house. I'm depending on you.
There's nothing to worry about. Just leave it to us.
The next day. Ethan, are you home from work? I wanted to ask you something about Ava. Do you have time right now?
Yep, I'm already home. What about Ava? Is something wrong?
It's nothing alarming or anything, but when she came to visit me at the hospital today, she looked tired and pale. Is she feeling sick?
I haven't heard anything from her about being sick. I don't think she looked sick when I met her today. Guess you're overreacting.
Huh? Ethan, are you serious? She clearly looked sick. She was so pale, I thought she might faint. She wasn't her usual energetic self.
Really? I never realized she was sick. Hey, if you're so worried about her, how about you ask her directly? You should ask her, not me.
I know I should ask her directly, and I did. But she only replies by saying that she's okay, so I was hoping you might know about Ava's health.
She hasn't told me anything either. She acts normal when she's at home, so I don't think she's sick.
Oh, okay, if you say so. Am I worrying too much again?
I think so. Being away from her is making you more sensitive, I guess. She's been helping us with the housework and takes care of her grandfather as usual. She also hasn't been skipping school. She's her usual self at home, so I think there's nothing wrong with her house.
Maybe that's why.
What do you mean?
I think we might be depending too much on her with everything. She's still a middle school student. She also has schoolwork to do and other things to worry about. Bet she's overwhelmed with all the things she's expected to do.
It's not like we're forcing her to do things around the house. She has always been willing to help with housework and take care of her grandfather. If she wants to do it, why should we stop her?
That's true, but what if she gets overwhelmed with her responsibilities and gets sick?
I told you she wasn't sick. I know you're worried about her because you're away from the house, but you're worrying too much. Ava is perfectly fine, and she knows to take a break when she's tired. She'll let us know if she's overwhelmed with her responsibilities.
Are you sure?
Yep. I've been checking on her at home, so don't worry. Her father, Nina. I'm worried about her as much as you are.
Yeah, I should trust you more.
Do you remember what I told you yesterday? Stop worrying too much about us and take a good rest, all right? You're in the hospital, Nina. You're the sickest one in our family. Stop worrying about others.
That's true. Okay, I'm gonna stop worrying now. But be sure to check on Ava once in a while. She's not good at expressing her own feelings.
I'll make sure to check on Ava, so don't worry. I'm gonna go take a bath now. It's getting late. I completely forgot I had to leave early tomorrow for work. Don't stay up late worrying about us, Nina.
Good night then, Ethan. Ava? I just received a call from your teacher about you skipping school. He told me that you haven't even contacted the school about your absence. What's wrong? Are you feeling sick? Sorry, Mom. Dad told me to take care of Grandpa while he was away. So I've been skipping school. I thought Dad called the school about me being absent. Huh? What do you mean, Ava? Where's Dad? I haven't been able to contact Dad or Grandma. Is there something wrong? I don't know why they're not replying to your calls and texts, but I think they're busy having fun. Dad and Grandma are on a trip right now. Huh? A trip? Just the two of them? Yeah. Huh? Why? Do you remember Grandma's birthday trip? The trip Dad planned as Grandma's birthday present. They went on the planned birthday trip. Does that mean Dad and Grandma are not at home now? Are you alone with Grandpa, Ava? Really? Yes. They said they can't leave Grandpa alone at home, so they left me as his caregiver. I've been alone with Grandpa at home since yesterday morning. Since yesterday morning? Have you been taking care of him alone? How dare they leave you at home alone? You're still a young girl. Ava, I'm so sorry. I bet it's hard to take care of Grandpa alone. Mom, don't worry. I'm okay. Grandpa's been really nice to me. I never felt uncomfortable taking care of him. I also got used to it. Taking care of Grandpa became my job while you were at the hospital. Wait a minute. What do you mean that it's your job? Have you been taking care of Grandpa alone? I thought Dad and Grandma were in charge of taking care of him. No, they told me to do both the housework and caregiving. Since when? Have you been forced to do everything since I got into the accident? Yeah, I was doing things around the house instead of you. It's not like I hate doing housework, so I don't mind. But I'm getting tired with all the work I'm expected to do. Ava, why didn't you call me? I would never have made you do everything alone. You've gotten into an accident and injured yourself, Mom. I didn't want to disturb you. I wanted you to focus on recovering. Grandpa's been insisting to call you, but I decided not to. I'm sorry, Mom. Stop apologizing, Ava. I'm disappointed in myself as a parent. I should have realized your situation sooner. I'm sorry, Ava. No, Mom, it's my fault I didn't tell you. And it made me realize how hard it was to complete all these tasks alone. I never knew it was this hard. Thanks for doing everything for us, Mom. Stop, Ava. There's nothing to thank me about. And there's more things to worry about now. I bet you were overwhelmed with all the responsibilities in the house. Great job, Ava. You should be proud of yourself. I just wanted to help you, Mom, but I'm happy to hear that. I'm so proud of you, Ava. You've worked hard. I'm going to call my parents so that you don't have to deal with everything alone, all right? Once they arrive, they'll help you look after the house. Take some rest, okay? Okay, Mom. I have something to discuss with Dad. How about we go on a trip with just the two of us after I recover? Ethan, I heard you're on a trip right now. What are you thinking?
I knew you were going to find out sooner or later. When I realized that you've been trying to call me, I had this really bad feeling.
Ethan, are you messing with me? Or are you having so much fun that it made you forget your role as a father? I can't believe you're having fun while you force your daughter to skip school so that she can take care of her grandfather.
Hey, don't be so sensitive. You're making me sound like a horrible dad. That doesn't sound really nice.
You're really horrible, don't you think so? Why are you on a trip? I really don't understand. How can you leave your daughter alone?
You've already made reservations. I thought it was better to go as planned rather than paying for the cancellation fees.
Why would you be worrying about cancellation fees in this situation? There's more things to worry about.
Not just that. My mother's been looking forward to this trip. Won't you feel sorry for her if we cancel the trip?
Feel sorry? I can't believe you just said that. Don't you feel sorry for Ava, who stays at home alone taking care of her grandfather?
Well, I knew it was going to be hard for her doing everything by herself at home, but it's just that, isn't it?
What do you mean? Be careful with what you say, Ethan. I'm on the verge of exploding with anger. Stop making me more angry with all the nonsense you're about to say.
Wow, you sound really scary. What I'm about to say is not something that would anger you. Ava likes to do housework and to take care of her grandfather in the first place, right?
Huh? You think she enjoys doing it?
Yeah. She always does it without asking us. I'm allowing her to do whatever she wants, but you're blaming me for forcing her to do everything. I don't understand why you're so angry at me.
Ethan, didn't I tell you not to anger me with the nonsense you say? Are you aware of what you just said? You're looking down on Ava. You know that. I can't believe you're her father.
Hey, you're being a bit too harsh on me.
Why would I be able to keep my calm after everything you said? Ava's still in middle school. How can you force her to do everything around the house? And you even left her alone at home without a guardian.
She's not alone, Nina. She's with her grandpa at home. I understand that I was irresponsible for asking Ava to do housework. But I don't know why you're angry at me for leaving her at home with Grandpa.
Are you serious? I never knew you were so stupid, Ethan. You can't be serious. Tell me it's a joke.
Of course I'm serious. You're being really rude, you know that? My dad might not be able to take care of himself, but he's still a legal guardian.
I was hoping you might have a good reason to justify your actions. I thought you knew better than this, Ethan. I don't think I can bear it with you anymore. Ethan, let's get divorced.
Huh? Why? I might not be the best father nor husband, but isn't getting a divorce too much?
It's definitely a bigger problem than you think. You don't understand how horrible your choices were as a father. Tell me if you really think you deserve to be Ava's father.
I know why you're so angry at me. You're angry because I left Ava at home and made her do housework and take care of Grandpa.
Yes, that's the biggest reason. And what else? There should be more reasons why I'm angry at you.
Other reasons? There's none. I reflected on my actions, and I regret being a horrible father. Believe me, Nina. Stop being so sensitive and angry at me without any proper reason.
I have other reasons to be angry at you. You really don't seem to understand what you did to your own father. It's as bad as what you did to Ava.
Huh? Why are you suddenly bringing up my dad in the conversation? We weren't talking about him.
You were the one who said it. You just said your father was a legal guardian.
Yeah, he's an adult. So what?
He's an adult, but requires special care to fulfill his basic needs. How can he be a guardian when he himself needs care? You're not making sense, Ethan.
Hey, you're the one insulting my dad. Even if he can't look after himself, he's still a full-grown adult.
You're the one insulting us. What if Ava got into trouble while you were away? Your father won't be able to help her. Were you going to blame him if Ava got into trouble? Guardians are there to look after the children.
I know that he can't move. We all know he's too sick to move. I won't blame Dad, obviously. I think all of us are aware of this.
Yeah, we're all aware. But how about your father? How would he feel about it if Ava gets in trouble while you were away? He's too kind to let it go. He'll definitely blame himself for it.
Well, yeah, That might be true.
What are you gonna do? If your father blames himself, Ava will definitely blame herself for getting into trouble. You know how Ava is, and vice versa.
Vice versa?
What if your father's condition got worse while you were away? We never know what will happen. They might encounter an accident while Ava takes care of her grandfather. Who's going to be to blame if an accident happens? How would Ava feel? Have you considered all of these things when you decided to leave for the trip?
I should have been more considerate. I never imagined the worst case scenarios. Sorry.
Stop apologizing. It won't change anything. You don't deserve to be a father nor a husband. An irresponsible person like you.
Wait, Nina. I've reflected on my actions and I regret leaving Ava. I've learned from my mistakes. We'll be on our way home as soon as possible.
So what? What are you going to do coming back home?
I'll take responsibility for my actions and apologize to Ava and Dad. They might not forgive me, but I'll try to express my apology no matter what they say. So please, Nina, we don't have to get divorced.
Do you really think an apology would solve everything? Life is not that easy, Ethan. If you want to take responsibility for your actions, accept our divorce and get out of my sight. That's the best you can do, Ethan. Ethan and his mother returned from their trip in a hurry, and they repeatedly apologized to all of us. But both me and his father never accepted their apology. In the end, his father decided to get a divorce with his mother as well. Ava didn't seem to lose her calm in front of her dad, but she didn't object when we decided to get a divorce and to part ways. I was given custody of my daughter, and I charged him to pay for compensation money as well as child support. My ex-husband and his mother were soon kicked out of the house because his father was the owner of the house. His father then sold the house and moved into a nursing facility. He seems to be enjoying his life in the new environment. I decided to move back into my parents' house with my daughter, and we're currently living a happy, peaceful life. After my ex-husband and his mother were kicked out of the house, they moved into a cheap apartment and are barely making ends meet. Until Ava grows up, I've decided to make him pay for the child support fees. That's the last thing he can do as her father.